have faith, show up, be diligent in what you do, and I would say be hungry for success, right? Just be hungry for it, and be willing to make things happen. I'm one of those who are suckers for those motivational quotes, right? And I remember having a quote that will be in front of my desk that says, "Just make something happen." Just 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 make something happen. Right?
Exactly.
So don't just be a spectator. Don't just comment. Don't just say, "Oh, I would let this person do it and then I would comment." No, sometimes you go ahead and make something happen. Take this opportunity to also speak to some of us from the with African background or from the African background who think, how can I compete? Because I'll be honest with you, I had my fears as well going into you think, oh my God, there's the Chinese who the stereotype is they're so very good at math and programming,
mathematics.
Exactly. You have the Indians, you have all kinds of people who
the Vietnamese. Yeah.
Exactly. And these guys, the general view is these guys are very smart, and you are wondering, I graduated from a public school here. How on earth am I
in Nigeria?
Right? So the truth
limiting beliefs.
Exactly. You can manufacture as many limiting beliefs or as you want. But again, to the point that you noted earlier, just show up.
Show up.
You can have so many things in your mind constantly telling you why you shouldn't, but just try and show up, right? So you can imagine that in that same class that had all kinds of people from all over the world, right? Of course, the Chinese, the Indians, all kinds of people all over the world. The professor then singles me out and say, "You are outstanding," right? And then, so again, I'm just using that to sort of encourage others who might see it as, who have those as fears, saying, go and try. Trust your knowledge, trust your background. Right? They have their own backgrounds that might be very strong in maths or very strong in programming, very strong in whatever, but you also have your background, right? That somehow it is you, it's originally you, and might be the edge that you need.
Exactly. Your poverty background might be what that robe even may need, that perspective.
Could come out to be very helpful for you, right? So for me, I was lucky. Things went really well. In fact, I became a teaching assistant, in the program as well. And I think it was in the process of all of this that the professor felt, hey, okay, I'm happy to talk to you. We can talk about what your interests are later on. And to be honest, I had other people reach out to me. In fact, I had there was an old man then. In fact, this is a very humbling experience. Who reached out? So someone referred me to. Basically, this is the person who was in charge of career services at the point. Basically, told me that he had someone come to him and say he wanted someone with a strong finance background, and who is a bit of an all-rounder, who was good with managing different things. And he said my name was the first thing that came to his mind. This is a white guy who basically said this.
That's awesome.
And I took a trip. I had to go visit. We met at a neutral place. This man was an old man who had started a business from scratch, of course a millionaire by all means, and he just wanted someone who had a good, strong finance background to help run some parts of his business, right? At the time, well, of course, I already started talking to Goldman Sachs, right?
Goldman, yes.
While that was a very interesting proposition for me, I had to think back to the fact that, okay, you came here for a reason. Well, this is interesting. You cannot stray, from what the goal was. But again, that's how networking helps. I never saw that opportunity,
Wow.
but someone basically just referred me. And, those kind of referrals came over and over, right? So again, I think this is where the Bible too says, it says, if you're diligent, right? It says, have you seen a man who is diligent in his work, right? It says, you will.
You go before kings.
Exactly, right? So again, have faith, show up, be diligent in what you do, and I would say be hungry for success, right? Just be hungry for it, and be willing to make things happen. I'm one of those who are suckers for those motivational quotes, right? And I remember having a quote that will be in front of my desk that says, "Just make something happen." Just just make something happen. Right?
Exactly.
So don't just be a spectator. Don't just comment. Don't just say, "Oh, I would let this person do it and then I would comment." No, sometimes you go ahead and make something happen. Right?
Exactly.
So again, those are just pep talks that pop to my mind.
Wow.
To answer your question.
Powerful. I mean, I'm just trying to unpack all this in my mind. I wish when I was growing up, I heard somebody say what you have just said in the past week. I think we've probably done a little over an hour. I wish I had somebody like this in my life. I think my life would have taken a whole different trajectory.
Yeah, but
it would, or
thank God we're doing this now. And hopefully,
this is so good, man.
It will be helpful.
This is so good. This is so powerful. Like, you said profound things that I just want to recap. Profound things like, be careful about the company that you keep. It's crucial. Be careful. The thing you said about your primary school shaping who you are now was very, very powerful point, in the sense that we should not discount our upbringing, because there are certain things, certain traits that happen in our background that could potentially be the key thing that unleashes our destiny. Very powerful. The other one is this thing about continuous learning that you said is off the charts. That the counsel that you had from your family friend about studying or reading 1 hour a day, and if you want to shorten that cycle, double the hours. You see all these nuggets, right? And the fact that you stayed on course, and as you did, doors opened for you, and all you did was continually showing up. You just showing up, and as you showing up, good things begin to happen for those who show up. Exactly. It's not in the Bible, but I think it works. Good. Good things happen for those who show up, right?
Oh yes, I absolutely agree.
Exactly.
And at least show up prepared.
Yes, you show up prepared. So you realize that things were piling on top of each other, and the fact that the final piece that's even counts it all is the networking and bringing value to the relationship before you take. I did an episode a couple of weeks ago about for people who, whatever you want to get from people, what you need to do to get is, first of all, you give. That's how relationships are. You give the value, and that's what you did with your professor.
Oh yes.
And the door opened for you. Absolutely. Man, you are a blessing. you are an absolute blessing, and we couldn't have had anybody talk about this than you are. We are so grateful. We are so grateful. I normally don't do this, but I just feel that any last thoughts that you have, because I just feel that there will be more in the just any last thoughts, and then we call it a day. If there are no because I know you're busy. You're a busy man. So
I well, there's so many things running through my mind, but
so many. Yeah.
I would say sometimes have faith.
That's right.
Sometimes have faith. there's a quote that says, what if I fall? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it says, my dear, what if you fly? Right?
Huh.
So it's easy to, again, make up so many reasons why you shouldn't try, why you should not dream, why this is, going to be a stumbling block. But again, like we have said, show up prepared. We just might fly.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly. And my brother, you are even about to fly higher. I have no doubt about it. And Africa should watch
thank you
out
very much.
for this money. Thank you so much for your time and the insights you shared. They have been an absolute amazing blessing. If there's any other adjective, I will just add it to it. It's been phenomenal.
Thank you.
And we are forever grateful for this. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
We'll hook up again.
All right. Thanks very much, Isaac. I'm glad you've been able to help. Thanks.